Good evening. Wendell here in the Golden Gate Park. Telling you, don't need no green screen when you're here. I love this place. I've spent so much time here. But this is kind of a soft start of Cancer Saved My Life, along with radical healing. And so I just wanted to touch base because I've never touched base. I have quite a few of these and none posted. So I was like, here we go. This is a good day, especially since I'm down to 9 radiance treatments. Pretty exciting, pretty exciting. Doing great, doing great. And, my PSA is 0.08, which is, that's close to being normal. So guys, get out there and get your PSA. It's just a blood draw. It's no big deal. But you wait around, then it gets a little more complicated. And so here we go. First, for those who don't know, I went in a couple years ago, for bladder, and fussed around, missed some appointments, blah, blah, went back in and had some unpleasant tests, and then pretty soon they decided that it was time to focus on the prostate. And in doing so, turns out that I did good. I was in the top 4% in the country as far as PSAs and Gleason scores, and it was an aggressive form of prostate cancer, and it had jumped the fence, so to speak. And the PET scan, holy moly, it was like a volcano. Just pretty good graphics, guys. I mean, it was like a science project, and then ping, these little, he was counting them, 13, 14, which I guess are all lymph nodes, because I didn't do real good in anatomy. So, it was a little disconcerting. I mean, because he kind of just kept coming at the aggressive. And so anyway, then everything proceeded, and had the good fortune of being transferred to UCSF. I came here hoping to get a treatment that they have in Germany. They now have it here, but as a usual interesting little insurance thing, first you have to do the hormone. That comes in a bag that says poison. And then radiation and or surgery in there, and then chemo. And then if you're still alive, then you get the one that actually cures you. So what can I say? Here I am. I'm doing great, as I said. And so I do want to leave you with some actual facts, but since this is the first time out, I got to tell you, the one thing that I do know about this is that when I had that moment where I said, this is an opportunity, that in fact cancer saved my life, that in fact cancer did the thing that as all kinds of self-help and this and that and paddywhack couldn't do, well, cancer did. Cancer got me moving, and in particular, it got me into that the rearview mirror, won't serve me. Doesn't mean it's bad, because that's the joy of getting here, and that the future is the future. And we may say, oh yeah, duh. But for myself, I didn't live very much in the future. I mean, in the present. I lived a lot in the future. So I'm breaking a rule here. I don't do this after 12 o'clock because of this very thing where I'm, stammering around. And so the thing I want to do, though, is I really want to reach out everything to those that have been there for me. and it's a glorious task to say thank you like this. I mean, guys, thank you. I have very few. There's just not a lot of symbols that you can put together to say thank you that match what I'm trying to say. And that's all in part to this opportunity where one's head is extracted from the posterior, live in the present, seek the opportunities, and embrace those around you, and become an actual part of our culture, our society, your family, your friends, my family, my friends. And that is why this gratitude, this thanks is so profound, because it's so intense. When this thing hit me, that this is an opportunity, man, I'm telling you, for a couple of weeks, it was just like too much information. It was just coming in, glorious, but I mean, kind of new. And so, it's so when I say this, I truly mean it. I hope you can hear it. It's you know I and hey, I can now say my ass is worth something, because I have 9 24-karat gold pellets in my prostate. Pretty cool, huh? So anyway, uh, I just want to say thank you, Laura, thank you, Buck, thank you, Lucy. You know, uh, hey, thank you, Patrick. What's that other one? Peyton. Peepers. Oh wow! Don't let me forget Walter. And then so I just it's just like boom, boom, boom. Um, our new buddy Eric there. By the way, July 31st at 7 o'clock. Be sure to go to www.grievance.com. Okay, that's www.grievance.com. I think it will be worth your time. And so then, you know, it just, I mean, the medical end of it was, there were so many players, so many players. It all starts always with Harmony Health in Marysville, who, again, I mean, they know, if you know me, I get, Harmony Health is the cat's meow, and Rachel and Craig and everybody, who got this, you know, got me here. And so, I mean, Adventist Health had jumped in. I mean, there was Davis jumped in, and I got to UCSF. Oh my goodness, I do not know how to tell you about UCSF. I asked them the other day. I go, "What do you put in the water?" I mean, how can you have all of these people and they smile and they're pleasant and they're happy? Even it was really funny the other day. It was Friday and it got canceled because of the strike, and so I go outside. My ride isn't there. It's late. I wander over to the strike site. I'm a union person, and there was put on a green T-shirt. Next thing I know, I got a placard, and I'm dragging my 50-pound suitcase around. Whatever I was chanting about, and I mean, it just goes on and on. I mean, these lift rides and the rides partnership over to Dobbins, and I mean, the lift rides alone are book material. I mean, wild, crazy, wonderful, wonderful stuff. So, anyway, and then listen, I mean, and it's my children. I don't know. I'm blessed. My son, Wendell, Danielle, Brianna, Natalie, uh, Aaron, Milan, Sarah. Wow. I really don't think there's any man out there that's more blessed than me. by your very presence and the love that you have transmitted to me, the love that you show me, the concern, the compassion. You know, I think that's the, because I came from a place where I didn't deserve that kind of thing, right? You know, that's so sad. No parent should do that because, you don't want your kid thinking that way. And I'm not saying my kids think that. I'm just saying, wow. I would think you would have to have lived a sainted life to have children like mine. But thank you guys for letting me be your dad. And so, okay. That's that. There's so many. I just am having fun over here. Okay. So, anyway, then we go along. We got my all my friends at the farmers market who are backing me. The Art and Flow. Cisco, Sean. Holy moly! Wow. Listen, there's only one more Art and Flow, and it's in August. It's going to be a 2-day or 2. It would behoove you to attend. Yeah. So then, then I have all these Anthony at Phil's Coffee. I mean, come on, this is just a coffee shop in the big city of San Francisco, and he's there. He's on my team. I have a Wendell team. Okay, they're actually faces, names, and I mean, back to UCSF, the people who are taking care of me, my team, they're my team. I mean, I don't know, man. There's something in the water here, so pictures will be coming up. So listen, then Eric, no, you don't know. You know what that means, of course, is that I don't know either. So what I'm saying is the GoFundMe, and it would be silly to not be talking about that because, the GoFundMe is an interesting thing. There's a lot of psychological dynamics there, So I was kind of reluctant, and I tried, and I don't know, I did something wrong, right, on the computer. Surprise. And I mentioned it to my friend Jeff, and my friend Jeff mentioned it to his friend Eric. And the next day, or even that day, I don't remember, I had a GoFundMe. And so, thank you. Basically, Eric, we hung out a little bit, but I called him Boston Eric. He's Boston, let me tell you. You're not going to mistake him from anywhere else. And he is grievance.com, www.grievance.com. This gentleman has done us a favor. Check it out. So, what I want to leave you with in this introduction, man, isn't it pretty here? Jeez. I mean, it's so, but here's the deal. While I'm futzing around here, guys, don't get your PSA. If you love your family, get your PSA. Just if it's for no other reason than it not to be a pain in their ass when you have cancer, okay? I mean, think about it that way. It's not whether or not they, anyway, that's not my kids, but I'm just saying. So, obviously, I'm really into the psychological component of this. In fact, I was looking here. I wasn't planning on sitting out in the park. So, I don't have here it is. Psychoneuroimmunology. Okay? Psychoneuroimmunology. Unprocessed trauma hides in the body. Let me tell you, just let that sink in, so to speak. I read that and I was like, yeah, I didn't I didn't need a science degree. I was like, yeah, it simmers in silence. What? Yes, it does. Altering our biochemistry and weakening our immunity. Fact, fact. Okay? The field of psychoneuroimmunology confirms what ancient wisdom has long known. What we suppress emotionally, we express physically. Healing begins with truth. Tell your story, feel your feeling, and trust your body. And tell your body that it's safe. What a God, safe. Okay, someday I'll tell you. A lot of because it's no big mystery. But I mean, that's some childhood trauma, And thought, oh, I've done this, done that, But nope, nope, nope. It's still lodged. Well, no. I mean, it's almost out the end of my toes now. I've been pushing it out, and you may think no. Check the science, okay? Um, so it's talking about trauma. It's not as something that happened to you, but something your body still remembers. I mean, there's a really bad trauma in my life about a little dog biting the face off of my little neighbor friend. I can remember nothing. Obviously, family members can tell me, but that trauma is so buried, I can't even picture it, right? So this thing is my body still remembers it. Suppressed grief, shame, rage create the perfect biological storm for a disease, especially cancer. So what can you do? Here's some exercises right now. Get out your pen and paper. Start writing. Okay? Expressive writing, therapy, whatever. Storytelling. Hey, that's my bailiwick. I love some good story. Can unlock healing energy. There's 3 radical tools to turn pain into power here, okay? This is your homework. Little girl. Naming and expressing what happened through journaling, therapy, art, or storytelling allows healing energy to move, okay? I mean, Google it, chat it, whatever, but, we are not, this isn't hippy-dippy, We are what we think. We are what we eat. Fact. It's just fact. Okay? This isn't just emotional. Oh, right here. Here's number 2. It's biological. Expressive writing has been shown to reduce inflammatory markers, improve TC function, and extend life expectancy in some cancer patients. Okay? Telling your story from a place of reflection, not victimhood. Helps reclaim agency, signaling to the body, here it is, I am safe now. Big deal here, big deal. This is a big deal because nobody around us wants to hear our boo-hoo story more than a couple times, right? I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, and then if you're doing the victim dance, boy, you're not a party favor, okay? And so then, but here's the deal. Besides just that, if you want to do your friends and family a break, get off the cross, so to speak. And it says, where'd that go? It signals to the body that it's safe. I couldn't believe that when I read that. I'm 71. Never thought of that. Never thought of telling my body it's safe now, because it's my entire life, my body has not been safe. Amazing. Just one sentence. Try it out. Tell your body that it's safe. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you're safe, that you're worthy, that you are deserving of a happy and pleasant experience on this planet. Go ahead. Look in the mirror. Give that a whirl. Took me a while. So listen, and when you get older, it takes even a little longer because, yeah, I'm still working on that aging gracefully thing. So, anyway, but remember, unprocessed trauma hides in the body. It simmers in silence, altering our biochemistry and weakening our immunity. The field of psychoneuroimmunology confirms what I said all along. Suppressing equals pain, and it also equals cancer. So this has been fun. I again, excuse the rough and ragged, or not. I'm continuing to look at some stuff here because I just want to read you just one more. How much? Yeah, okay. We're at 20 minutes. Studies in the field of psychonumerology show that childhood trauma and chronic emotional suppression are statistically linked to higher cancer rates. Isn't that something? And listen, that whole, prostate thing, because again, you're talking about where it lodges. And so, in this book by Dr. Gabor Mate, and in the book entitled When the Body Says No, presents case after case where a lifetime of holding it in, yeah, sound familiar? Or being the good soldier, doormat, that kind of stuff, translates into physical illness. Common emotional themes like powerlessness, abandonment, or unworthiness often show up in those diagnosed with aggressive or advanced cancers. Okay, I that would have been cool to have trotted this out about 40 years ago, but that would sound like I'm bitter. I'm not. I'm so happy to be here. I'm having so much fun. Okay. So I plan to beat this, and I'm exploring everything: cutting edge treatments, alternative cures. By the way, I've already beaten it, but anyway. And the deep connection between addiction. Here we go. Addiction. Where does that all come from? The addiction is the same baloney. Okay, the trauma. Come on. You don't just wake up and go, I want to be addicted today. You don't just wake up and go, I want to be a drunk today. No. It's the emotional hangovers, the emotional history. That's the deal, and it applies to everything. So addiction, health, self-worth translates into how are you around the dinner table, right? And then it also translates into how are you at the doctor's office, and then it translates into your PSA scores and your, and so, so much more. And and there's many ways that people have healed from cancer that don't involve big pharma, and I dig that, and I'm digging into it. And there was a litany of cases out there where, for one thing, people just have cancer go away. Okay, it isn't always just like, follows you into the ground. It just goes away. Prostate cancer in particular, it's the best cancer out there because it's a slow grow. So if you're getting your PSAs, you'll know that. And so, because if you get large PSA scores, well, then it's because you didn't take care of your ass end or front end, or you know what I'm saying, okay? So get the test. God, it has nothing to do with John Wayne or Man Up or Little Boys Don't Cry, or I don't know, whatever trip somebody else gave you. Because remember, the story that you've had to work with most of your life, you didn't create it. It was given to you by those around you. Like, 0 to 4, 5, 6 years. Yeah, that's the story you've been lugging around. That's the story that turns into trauma. That's the story that turns into addiction. That's the story that turns into, mutilation, into, and then cancer and all kinds of stuff, right? So you can change your story. Let's let it go at that, okay? I'm telling you, if you do that, all of these things fall into place. All you gotta do is just give yourself a little self-love, please, okay? Just spend a little time, thinking about things, getting things squared up in working out relationships, just these little things. Like now, work on your core. Work on your core. Sit up straight. Ooh, you know, eat. I mean, eat right. I don't. It doesn't mean. I, listen, prostate cancer. Get ready, boys. Okay, number one, sugar. I mean, it's not just like, oh, that affect. It's huge. That, and of course, testosterone. That, boys, that's what you're looking at. If you need something to get you out there to get that flipping test, okay, what they do is they give you medication that's liquid castration, okay? Because testosterone feeds prostate cancer. So guess what? Guess what? This is how they do it. They go, okay, these pills, one pill take you high. No, this pill takes your testosterone down to there. How do you feel now, boys? Okay, how you feeling? Okay, everybody's like trying to get their testosterone up. Not this, not prostate cancer. And then the next pills take it down here. Oh, come on. Yeah, where do you think you start wearing your gonads? Okay, let's get real. Okay, so first, that comes in a package that says poisonous drug. Okay, my dog even was like, no, Dad. But anyway, so I mean, these are things that not getting that PSA will bring you, where you have tubes inserted in places, long. I mean, long. This is no fish story, and like razor blades, with the golden pellets, and oh man, and then the one down the front side, the tube, your dignity starts going out the window. So, yay, I love it. I don't give a shit, I sort of do, but anyway, I gotta pretend like I don't, I guess. 71 kids. So listen, a lot of rambling, but that's me. I hope you pick out the good chunks. Thank you for riding with me if you did. I'm going to be starting to, get proactive about this, get information out there, because it is the one thing I am going to do. I am going to be a trumpeter right now, pretty much, I'd say 70% of the time. Any guy that I have longer than a couple minutes with, I get right into the PSA score, and I'm just stunned how many men don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. So, I don't know. It's the way we were raised again. Back to the stories that before I wandered off into the weeds. All I'm telling you is that you can create your own story. It's no joke. You can create a story of worthiness. How about that? Start that out tonight, and then try this on. Look in the mirror and say, don't say that. Your name, I'm worthy and deserving. Okay? And don't say that either. Say your name. Okay? Your name. Okay, guys. Again, you out there know who you are. Please know how much I appreciate what you have done in so many ways. It's like, it's a feeling that I've never, at this intensity of, gratitude and like the true, feeling of the gifts that I've been given, the generosity and the way it is given, which means a gift. So I'm done. That's it. I'm at 29 minutes. Somebody said keep it under 30. So I'm proud of myself, and I hope that you're proud of you. All right, I love you, and stay in the present and work on your core.